I think it's safe to say that any family that's thinking about making a move has schools on the brain. Where are my kids gonna go to school? Where are they gonna fit in the best? What's the neighborhood gonna look like? How are we gonna make friends? A lot of your life, if you are a family, centers around the schools where your kids go, let's be honest. So today I'm gonna help break down the main schools in Coral Gables that are elementary schools. The public, the private, the charter, and a little bit about all of them to give you a lay of the land as you try to navigate schools in Coral Gables. I'm Lindley Chirobia. I'm a residential realtor here in Miami. I grew up in Miami. My parents lived in Coral Gables. I went to school here. My kids went to school here. I know the schools pretty well. And I'm here to give you a little taste of everything that I know about most of the schools in and around Coral Gables. And I'm gonna break it down 3 ways: public, private, charter, and magnet. And I'm really gonna focus on the ones that I know the best. So this isn't a comprehensive list of every single school in Coral Gables. It's more of the ones that I know best that I can give you a little bit of information on to help you navigate what's right for you and your family. We're starting with public schools. Every school in Miami-Dade County is zoned for a specific public school. We have a website where you can figure out what address goes with what school, dadeschools.net. I use dadeschools.net regularly for my clients to help them understand what the boundaries are for the public schools, elementary, middle, and high school. And then from there, they can read all about that school. So if you're thinking about public school for your children and you're looking in Miami-Dade County, start at dadeschools.net. Now, these are some of the most renowned public schools in and around Coral Gables. I will say, it used to be in Coral Gables that the 3 main public elementary schools were choice schools, meaning it was a lottery for every resident of Coral Gables. But in the last 5 to 10 years, the rules changed, and now they are boundaried schools just like the rest of Miami. So, some of the best public schools in Coral Gables include Sunset Elementary. Sunset's known for its language programs. So Sunset's a public school and it has a magnet school portion where they have immersive Spanish, French, and German language programs. West Lab, which is also a magnet school, known for being on the same campus as the University of Miami, although it's not funded by the University of Miami. There is a lot of overlap between the school and the university. David Fairchild Elementary, which services a lot of the western central part of Coral Gables, a great school that if my kids went to public school, that's where they would go. Same zone as me. And then Coral Gables Elementary, which is located in the heart of Coral Gables, just north of Miracle Mile. There's 2 more public elementary schools that are not in Coral Gables that are some of the most renowned public schools in Miami, so worth mentioning. Pinecrest Elementary is located right in Pinecrest, and one of the bigger public elementary schools down here. People love it. It has a very healthy PTA, and I know that people are often hoping their kids get into Pinecrest Elementary. The other one that's very popular is Palmetto Elementary, also located inside of Pinecrest, but I've heard it's called the private public school. It feels like a private school because it's smaller than Pinecrest, it's smaller than some of the other big elementary schools in town, and it's got that warm, fuzzy feeling that you might get from a private school. So if it's a magnet school, it's a lottery.
It's a lottery.
You have to apply to get in and get chosen in order to go there. That would be the Sunset Language Program or West Lab. All the other public schools that I've mentioned, you have an address that's specified for where you go. However, if you live in the Coral Gables Elementary School District and you want your child to go to David Fairchild, you can apply for a transfer. From what I understand, it's fairly common for the public school system to grant the transfer. It is not a given, but it is largely happening. And I know friends who have kids that are going to a different public school than what they're zoned for because they requested a transfer and they were granted it. So don't think that just because you live in a certain school zone, your child can only go there. That's not how it works. You can apply for a transfer and be granted that if the school has space. Okay, we're moving on to private schools. There's a lot of incredible private schools in and around Coral Gables for elementary aged kids. I'm going to start with the one that I know best because because I went there and my kids went there. And in fact, my mom used to be the principal. St. Thomas Episcopal Parish School is located right in Coral Gables, where Coral Gables in South Miami and Pinecrest all meet. It's a school that's, preschool through 5th grade. Each grade has 3 sections. So it's a nice big school with a healthy amount of kids in each grade. In the northern part of Coral Gables is St. Philip's Episcopal School, another Episcopal day school, preschool through 5th grade. The difference between St. Thomas and St. Philip's is that St. Philip's has 1 class per grade.
Really? Really?
So it's a much smaller school, which is a great fit for some kids that want that smaller school experience, but it doesn't work for everyone if you want more variety of kids in your grade. And then there's St. Stephen's Episcopal School, which is located in Coconut Grove. It's also preschool through 5th grade, and they have 2 classes per grade. So it's a little bit in between St. Philip's and St. Thomas in its size, and it's another exceptionally good elementary school right in the area. We also have a nice collection of Catholic schools in the area. So Epiphany Catholic School is located right in South Miami, one of the biggest Catholic schools down here, very popular for families looking for a Catholic education. St. Teresa is another fabulous Catholic school, also in the North Gables, close to St. Philip's, part of the Church of the Little Flower, and a very great Catholic school. St. Hugh is another Catholic school that's located in the heart of Coconut Grove. And Carrollton is a Sacred Heart school, also in Coconut Grove. Carrollton is unique because it has a preschool program and it actually goes all the way through 12th grade. So if your child enrolls in elementary school, they can stay all the way through senior year when they go off to college. An exceptionally good school, one of the most revered schools in Miami, and it's an all-girls school. So if we move from the Episcopal and the Catholic, there's also a wonderful Christian school called Westminster, which, like Carrollton, runs from preschool all the way through 12th grade. It's located in Palmetto Bay, so a little bit farther away from Coral Gables, but another great school if you're looking for a Christian education. And then we have a whole slew of schools that are not religiously affiliated. For example, Mandelstam, located in South Miami, known for being exceptional for gymnastics and acting, a very cool elementary school. The Alpha School, which is very new to Miami, it's an AI-centric school that is doing things a little bit differently than the other traditional schools in Miami. Gulliver has a few different locations. The elementary school is located in South Pinecrest and is K through 5th grade. And they also have a middle school on that campus, as well as a high school in the northern part of Pinecrest. Gulliver is one of the bigger private schools in Miami. Then there's Alexander Montessori, which is an exceptional Montessori school in Palmetto Bay with several different locations. They have preschool through 5th grade, and it's going to be your traditional Montessori school experience. Wonderful school.
Wonderful school.
And those are the primary private schools that service the Coral Gables area. There's more. That is not an exhaustive list, but that is a list of some of the most common schools that I hear of, having grown up here and being a parent with kids that are in school right here in Miami. Now, I touched on charter and magnet a little bit at the beginning. So we know we have West Lab, which is a magnet school attached to the University of Miami, but there are a few new charter schools in Miami. They're not new, but relative to St. Thomas or St. Stephen's, they've only been around for the past 10 years or so. We have Somerset Academy, Coral Gables, and Somerset Academy, South Miami. Both very good charter schools that are relatively new, plus True North, which is a new charter school. The way charter schools work, they operate like a public school. They're free, no tuition for the parents if you choose to send your kids there. But they do have a different kind of enrollment. It is a lottery-based system, so you apply like you would to a private school and you get accepted like you would into a private school. But it's lottery-based, and then there's no tuition if you choose to go there. These schools are exceptionally good. I have so many friends with their kids in the charter schools that are so happy, and they do have elementary options. So if you're looking at Coral Gables and you're just puzzled about how it all works, hopefully this sheds a little bit of light on it for you. You have public options. You're assigned to a certain school, but you can move around if you want. You have private school options, very hard to get into. Some of them can be very expensive, but great schools in Miami. And then you have a charter or a magnet option, which acts like a public school in that it's free of charge, but you have to apply to get in. So if you're a family and you're thinking about making this move south, now you have a framework for how do you make this decision. I tell people all the time, if you're a family, you you probably want to think about where the kids are going to go to school and then build your life around that. If they're going to Westminster Christian, you might want to think about a house further south. If they're going to Coral Gables Prep or West Lab, you're going to think about something a little bit further north. The more you can hone in on what school is the right fit for my child, that's the best way for you to make a decision on where should we live. If you have more questions, that's what I'm here for. I hope you reach out. You can reach out either through YouTube or by using the Calendly link in the description below, or find me on Instagram. Whatever you do, find me, and I'd be happy to answer your questions about schools in Miami. That's what I'm here for. So if you reach out, I'm the one answering all your DMs. I'm the one responding to your comments. It's not a bot, it's me. So don't be afraid, reach out, let's connect and figure out the best next step for you and your family as you navigate all these decisions moving to Coral Gables. I look forward to hearing from you. I hope you subscribe to this channel. We post a new video every week. Like the video, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next one.